Knowing that we can stop in our current life trajectory and start over again is powerful. Even though we're all aware that every day is a fresh new start, I believe that there's no better time than the new year to reset our lives. The time when we're collectively reflecting on our goals, priorities, and values, and thinking about the direction our lives are headed in. We might imagine that in order to start over, that we have to move far away, quit our jobs and relationships, and make other drastic life changes. But we don't have to go to these lengths. If you watched any of my other videos, you know that I favor the small and simple changes that frequently lead to the same substantial results. I'm talking about little adjustments, like increasing the space between us and what's holding us back, purposely setting up our environment to guide our habits, and picking up new and fresh perspectives along the way. A life reset is effective because it serves as a powerful reminder that we are in charge of our lives and can determine the course that they're taking. Here are 5 things to add to your reset routine that might just transform your life. I am terrified of turbulence. Always have been for as long as I can remember. I don't exactly know where it stems from, but I know that the fear is not just the turbulence itself, but it's the lack of control I have in that specific situation. I notice that I constantly remind myself of this fear. Not only do I say it to myself, but also to the people around me, and it has gradually merged into my identity. The narratives we tell ourselves play such a huge role in how we think and how we move through the world. We attach ourselves to certain narratives because of our backgrounds and our experiences, but most times this restricts us rather than allowing us to expand and evolve. Case in point, I was doing a huge disservice to myself by holding on to this specific fear. Realizing this, I decided it's no longer going to be a part of me moving forward. Once we let go, we can change and shape ourselves with the narrative that would truly benefit us. So, is there something you've always believed about yourself? Something you've always told yourself that is no longer serving you? There is no reason for you to hold on to it. Remember, you might be getting in your own way of living life to the fullest. I usually start every year by setting big, lofty goals, but this year I decided not to. Well, except for my ongoing goal of becoming conversational in Portuguese, because let's be honest, it takes more than a year to learn anything new. Instead, I decided to choose one word to set my intentions for this year. Last year, my word was transition, and this year, my word will be abundance. Just to clarify the difference between goals and intentions. A goal is a specific desired outcome, but an intention is a guiding principle for how we want to show up in the world. While setting goals are important for personal growth, I think setting intentions can act as our internal compass when we come across different challenges and situations throughout the year. I spent all of last year downsizing, cutting back and reducing everything in my life to move abroad. So this year, I really want to focus on being and feeling abundant, trying new things, being open to new ideas, being generous to others, and expanding myself to different situations. I don't know what's coming my way, but I know that setting my intentions in this right place will help me to position myself to receive it the best that I can. So, let me ask you, what's your one word for this year? Environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. I love this quote by James Clear. When I pay attention to how I move throughout the day, I can see how much my physical environment plays a role in shaping my daily habits. Where I lounge, how often I drink water, which clothes I wear, how often I turn on the heater, etc. This also means that changing our environment can often lead to changing our habits as well. I decided to rearrange my office to create a better work environment for myself. I decided to move my desk to face the other wall for less glare on my screen and so that I can open my windows more easily and air out the room. I know it doesn't sound like a big deal, but I'm gonna try it out and see if it helps me to focus better. And hopefully, I will actually enjoy being in this room. If you want to create a new habit or change an old one, use your environment to help you. Maybe something small like having a charging station for your phone at night so you can get uninterrupted sleep, or adding a bedside lamp so you can read before going to bed. When you design a better environment for yourself, you might also be designing a better life. Speaking of James Clear and atomic habits, let's talk about creating systems and how we can use them to restructure our lives. First, what's the difference between goals and systems? Goals are desired outcomes. Systems are foundations we set to move in the direction of our goals. Systems are smaller habits, consistent action we take on a regular basis that help us to move forward. And as we build momentum, systems guide us to achieve bigger goals and help us to make big changes without overwhelming us. I am constantly thinking about how I can create systems for the life that I envision for myself. Instead of saying I want to become fluent in Portuguese, I am learning 3 new words every single day. Instead of wanting to become more active, I'm going for a 30-minute hike every morning. Instead of wanting to become a better writer, I'm committing myself to writing 300 words every single day. This way, I am just focusing on what's within my control instead of holding myself to impossible standards. I believe that every day is a new opportunity to start over. Maybe you've had an awful day with one disaster after another, or you just feel overwhelmed by the pressures of life. Whatever it is, I think it's so important to have a healthy and effective way to reset our mental, physical, and emotional state as a part of our regular daily routine. Some of my favorite ways: going for a long evening walk, coupling it with some breathing exercises, 20 minutes of reading, zoning out with a podcast, cuddling with my dogs, of course, and just doing absolutely nothing without feeling guilty. Daily resets can allow us to take a step back, gain fresh perspective, and recharge. We can't truly erase what's happened in the past, but we don't have to carry the heaviness of it all into the next day. There is no shame in needing to start all over again. In fact, I think it takes a lot of courage and self-awareness to know when we need to hit the reset button on our lives. Whether we realize it or not, it might be the very thing we need to bring a sense of renewed purpose and meaning back into our lives.